Rangers are having a quiet day at the base while the Chaos Squadron is cooking up a plan that will cause mass destruction. The Rangers think today will be a rest day, but it will not be. They are in for a rude awakening. How will they fare against this unexpected threat?
At the base, Lyon says,
Let's go to the mall and pick up some babes.
Colby says,
I've got more important matters to attend to.
Jackson rebuttals,
Lyon, are you sure human women are going to be into you? You're a bit of a character.
Lyon then replies,
What's that supposed to mean? I could get any lady with my charm.
Colby then says,
Yeah, right. When she sees how you act, she'll turn in the other direction.
Meanwhile, Lyon retorts,
How about you watch your mouth before I punch it off your face?
Colby then says,
Bring it on then. We can go right here.
As they are getting ready to fight, Alexa grabs both of their ears, pulls them, and interjects,
We don't have time for any of you two arguments today.
Alexa then lets the two's ears go. Colby then mutters,
Man, she's getting stronger and stronger.
And Lyon retorts.
Yeah, you're right about that one.
Minutes later, an alarm sounds off in the base and Maxwell exclaims,
Rangers, there's been disturbance in the forest. I think the Chaos Squadron might be behind it.
Lyon exclaims,
Damn, just as I was getting ready to get a woman's attention.
As the five are walking in the forest, Jackson commands,
Everyone, let's split up around the forest and find the monster Dad was talking about.
Afterwards, the others then nod their heads in unison and disperse. As Lyon is walking towards a lake, he says,
I'd rather entertain women than fight with a monster today.
Minutes later, a woman comes running through the forest and Lyon gazes at her and admires her beauty. She stands 5'2", looks to be in her early 20s, and is of Navajo descent. Lyon stops her and asks,
What's the problem, beautiful lady?
She then answers,
I'm a part of Simply Green, an organization run by the great Emma Goodall that sends people all around the world to clean up the environment and spread awareness about caring for it. Me and my coworkers were cleaning up trash by the lake in the forest, and as we were finishing up, a monster caused an earthquake and we had to take cover. It scared the hell out of us and I was heading to get help.
Lyon then says,
Describe this monster. How did he look?
She replies,
He was big, yellow, and had red spikes on his shoulders.
and Lyon retorts,
Don't worry. I know the Power Rangers, and I'm sure they can teach the monster a thing or two.
and she says in shock,
Really? You know them? I admire their efforts in the community, even though sometimes they can be a bit reckless.
Lyon then responds,
They try their best to protect us, even though things could get crazy. So, what's your name?
and she answers,
Erica.
and Lyon then exclaims,
To ensure your safety, Erica, how about I take you out?
and Alexa interjects,
Leon, leave that woman alone and come on.
Lyon then says,
You get to safety, and we'll pick up on this conversation later. And my name is Lyon, by the way.
Erica replies,
Okay, Leon. You make sure you tell the Power Rangers about what's going on.
Alexa then asks as they walk,
Don't tell me. You told her your secret about being a ranger? Are you crazy?
Lyon then retorts,
No, I only told her I knew us. The Power Rangers.
Alexa afterwards angrily replies,
Do you realize the danger you could put her in if she finds out, Leon? I hate to sound like Colby, but that was stupid as hell. Refrain from alluding to Power Rangers around anyone else, and if they bring them up, you keep the conversation as vague as you can. We don't need them to put two and two together. You got it?
Lyon then answers,
Okay, I will. And by the way, she told me the guy we were looking for was by the nearby lake.
On the other side of the forest, the others encounter Reezer and a group of pixels. Reezer says,
We meet again, Rangers.
and Jackson asks,
What the hell are you doing here today?
while Colby rebuttals,
You better start talking.
and Razor responds,
I'm only here to help Tectonics test out its device in the forest. The results have been looking promising.
Back by the lake, Lyon then says,
That must have been the monster Erica was talking about.
Alexa replies,
Yeah, he's on the mountaintop.
and Lyon bolts towards the mountain. Furthermore, Alexa commands,
Leon, hold up!
as he is speeding towards the mountaintop. Back in the forest, Jackson says,
How about we beat you down so this time you can't respond?
the three then pull out their digital prisms and instamorph. The three then charge towards Reezer and the Pixels, only for Colby, Jackson, and Becky to step on a trap that causes a rope to fall and wrap around their forearms. The rope then lifts the three in the air and they hang from two trees. Reezer retorts,
It's a trap I set up to keep you busy while he keeps testing its device. You three are wrapped in a special type of rope I found in Zola's lab. It can tie up anything no matter the number, weight, or size. I expect all 5 of you to get caught in it, but it seems you split up. I'm sure that Tectonics can handle the other 2. I would kill you, but I'll do something different today and give my master a show he'll never forget. Pixels, I want you to take your batons and beat them to death.
The Pixels then surround them and Reezer says,
I hope my master is pleased with this.
Back on the Chaos Squadron ship, Sela is steaming with anger because the rope Razor used was taken from her lab. Scion then retorts,
Let's not make an issue about it. I'll excuse it. I've never seen so much showmanship from Razor.
Groper then says,
I didn't think he had a creative thought in his mind.
Scion then commands,
Sela, turn the sound system up. I want to hear every sound of suffering from them.
Near the lake, Alexa runs after Lyon and says,
Lyon, slow down!
And Lyon rebuttals,
Why don't you try to keep up?
and he jumps on top of the mountain in a rage and exclaims,
I'm going to wipe the floor with you for messing with Erica and the Earth.
Tetnix says.
Nothing will stop me from putting this city in ruins with my earthquakes.
Lyon then pulls out his digital prism, instamorphs, and he charges toward Tetnix and fights him. During the fight, Lyon is hit with punches along with kicks and thrown across the mountain. Tetnix proclaims,
You're going to regret interrupting me.
And strikes him with his drill. The attack then knocks Lyon off the mountain. Back on the other side of the forest, Jackson and the others are being brutalized by the Pixels and beaten within an inch of their lives. Jackson, as he loses breath, says,
We've got to find a way out of this trap.
Becky then retorts,
If I could reach my weapons, we would have a way.
And Colby adds,
Jackson, I have an idea. How about we put all our weight on the ropes? Maybe that'll break it.
Jackson then says,
That doesn't sound bad. Let's try it.
The three then kick the Pixels to the side and then push their weight downward on the rope with all of their strength, and the tree stump that the rope is attached to breaks in two and pulls the three of them down. Jackson, in pain, then asks,
Are you guys all right?
Becky answers,
That hurt, but I think I'll be okay.
And Colby replies,
Yeah, you weren't lying. That wasn't a smooth landing, but I am okay.
The three then get up simultaneously with the rope tied around all their hands. Back on the Chaos Squadron ship, as Reezer yells,
Damn it, how could they have gotten free?
Groper then rebuttals,
It looks like your attempt to be creative like me was a failure.
And Razor responds,
I'd never want to emulate you. My trap was a thing of genius. They didn't even see it coming. They just found a loophole. I'll go down there and handle it myself.
Scion then retorts,
No! You will stay put! I saw Tectonics knock one of the Rangers off his feet. I'm sure he could take on 5 with that machine and his drill. Don't you think?
Reezer, with uncertainty in his voice, replies,
Maybe he can.
Back in the forest, Colby then says,
Now what do we do?
Jackson then sees a sharp tree branch and responds,
This is what we'll do. I need you guys to lift your arms with me, and we'll use the tree branch to cut the rope.
The two nod their heads in agreement, and the three successfully cut the rope from around their arms on the branch. In the meantime, Lyon falls to the ground after the attack from Tetnix, and Alexa runs up to him. Lyon then says,
Alexa, I must be some idiot. I'm about to get myself killed for a girl I'm not even sure who's going to like me. I'm such a loser.
Alexa then looks up and tries to think what to say. Alexa then rebuttals,
Lyon, are you going to sit here and pout, or are you going to defend her honor? I know if I cared for a relationship, I would want someone who would fight for me, no matter the odds. Are you going to let him punk you out like that? Or stand up for yourself and Erica?
Lyon exclaims,
I'm going to fight back and show them that I won't let my future woman be pushed around. Come on, Alexa, let's morph.
The two pull out the digital prisms and press the button with the morphing icon on it and says,
Digital prism! Digitize!
The two then go into a morphing sequence and the prisms form around them and crystallize into Power Ranger's suit. Tetnix proclaims,
Now to go use my seismonizer on the city.
And Lyon rebuttals.
That must be the thing he's been using to cause havoc.
And charges towards Tetnix as he holds the device in his other hand and fights him. Alexa walks up and Lyon commands,
Alexa, get that device out of his hands while I distract him.
Alexa then activates beast mode and slashes one of his arms with her fins. The slash causes the device to fall out of his hand and back into the ground. As the ground starts to shake, Lyon and Tetnix continue fighting, but Lyon is on the losing end as he tries to keep his balance as the earth is moving and trying to stay in the fight. Alexa then tumbles on the ground but inserts her fins inside the ground to keep herself from falling back further. Alexa says,
Lyon, I'm trying to hold on and get the device. I didn't think my attack would do that.
And Lyon replies,
I don't care if this whole forest falls on us. I'm going to keep fighting this asshole.
On the other side of the lake, Jackson grabs Colby and Becky and tries to move out of the way of the debris flying in the air. Meanwhile, Lyon proclaims,
I have to get to that damn device.
And tries to push through it. In the nearby lake, a Zord patterned off a turtle jumps out of the water and onto the mountain. Lyon says as he's fighting,
Whoa, is that the turtle Zord?
Alexa then says as she is struggling to keep her grip on the ground,
That one must have been the last straw for him. Tectonux probably has been pissing that Zord off all day.
The Zord then picks up the seismonizer and crushes it inside its mouth. Tetnix then elbows Lyon and he falls to his knees. Tetnix then runs towards the Zord and says,
How could you destroy the one thing that gave me meaning? I shall have my revenge on you.
The Zord then gets even more enraged and kicks Tetnix deep into the ground. Jackson then flies over the mountain and descends to the ground with Colby and Becky in his hands. Jackson then says,
Ah, a new Zord.
And pulls out his digital prism and transfers the Zord inside of it. Colby says,
Lyon probably almost killed himself trying to get a glance at that girl.
Lyon then replies,
I'm going to get more than a glance after this.
Alexa then steps between the two and interjects,
You two, focus.
Lyon then says,
Right, let's get him.
As Tetnix is crawling out of the hole he was knocked in. Tetnix then exclaims,
You and your little metal Berman crushed my instrument of destruction, and now I'm going to make each and every single one of you Rangers pay.
Lyon then rebuttals,
Not if we do it first.
And all 5 of the Rangers then charge toward him and begin hitting him with punches and kicks. The Rangers then all punch him simultaneously and he stumbles. After that, the Rangers pull out their weapons and combine them into the Beast Bazooka. Tetnix then asks, Was that your best shot? Lyon retorts,
No.
The Rangers then shout,
Beast Bazooka! Dynamic finish!
And Jackson pulls the trigger. The blast then flies full speed at Tetnix and destroys him. Afterwards on the Chaos Squadron ship, Reezer commands,
Give him a reset.
Sela then nods her head and presses a button on the ship. A giant cartridge appears in the sky and transforms into Tetnix. Tetnix exclaims,
This world that you love so much will be ravaged.
The Rangers then call on their Zords and the Zords charge into the forest. While they board their Zords, Jackson and the other Rangers then press buttons on their controllers and the Digital Beast's Megazord is formed. The Rangers then pilot to use its weapon and the Megazord engages in a fight with Tetnix with its sword, but he overwhelms them with the power of his drill. Tetnix then exclaims,
Looks like I was right.
And strikes the Megazord with his drill. The Megazord stumbles back. Maxwell then commands over the speakers in Jackson's helmet,
Son, call on the power of the turtle sword. My computers were picking up the energy signature of it a while back. I'm glad you guys found it.
Jackson then says,
You're right, Dad. It's the perfect time to bring him out.
Jackson then pulls out his digital prism and scrolls through the Zord selection screen and selects the Turtle Zord. The Turtle Zord then storms to the battlefield and walks beside the Megazord. Tetnix says,
It's your little Berman again. This time I'm going to make sure I crush him into little pieces.
Tetnix then charges toward the Megazord with his drill. The Turtle Zord then forms a shield and lands in the Megazord's hand. Lyon then says,
Let's see you drill through this.
He then presses a button on his controller and it blocks Tetnix's drill with the shield. Tetnix then says,
The fact that you think a shell is gonna stop me is amusing. I'll just destroy it with my drill.
And minutes later the shell then lights up in the Megazord's hand. After that, Jackson exclaims,
Your days are through.
The 5 Rangers then press buttons on their controllers and say together,
Shell toss!
And the Megazord takes the shell off the back of the Turtle Zord and launches it like a disc at Tetnix. As the shell is coming towards, he says,
There's nothing my drill can't pulverize.
And tries to drill through the shell, but the shell cuts and throws the drill slices through his body. Tetnix then falls to the ground and explodes. The shell then comes back and lands back on the Zord's back like a boomerang. Jackson then says,
And that's another level cleared.
After the battle, the Rangers are eating at the mall's food court. Erica approaches Lyon and says,
Thanks, sir, for sending help. We were able to clean a huge portion of the forest today because of the Power Rangers.
Lyon replies,
It was nothing. I was just helping out a lady in need, as any man should.
Erica replies,
You're such a gentleman.
And Lyon retorts,
And you're a goddess that needs to be admired.
Erica then says,
I hate I have to head out to the next state. If I didn't, I'd let you take me out.
Lyon then asks,
Where do you live?
And she answers,
Washington State.
Jackson then says,
That's like half a day away from here.
Erica says,
I hope we get to meet again someday.
And kisses Lyon. Lyon then exclaims,
That was great.
And Erica then smiles and walks away. Lyon mutters,
See you around.
As she still is walking away. Everybody at the table then looks at Colby because Colby was wrong earlier. Colby rebuttals,
What? At least you didn't run away screaming from him.
Becky retorts,
It looks like you underestimated Lion's charm.
And Jackson says,
Don't feel bad, bro. I was kinda wrong myself.
Colby responds,
I don't feel bad at all. It was just luck.
And he walks away. Jackson then turns to ask everyone who was still sitting,
When are those two ever going to get along?
And Alexa replies,
I don't know, but today will be one for the ages.